Hello guys, welcome to the Friday forecast. So first I just wanted to say I did pass my FTMO with an Aussie trade, so very happy today, and I will go over that, but let's first start with the euro and the US dollar as usual. So what I'm seeing right here is I'm seeing that we got this V reversal, and then we got a range, and then we got a continuation to a downside. So this is a very high probability pattern where we get this V, we get the range, and then we continue in the direction of this V leg. And I'm definitely looking for a trade at this point, but what I'm seeing the double wicks. So when I see double wicks, I want to see more of a range. If we do get a range, I'm looking for a flag to go short. I'm also looking for a nice impulse to the downside, then I'll look for a break and a retest to retest the most recent low, also very high probability, or we can get a large impulse down, and then I'm also looking for a flag to go short. What I will be patient, if I see a descending structure, then I will look for a reversal. As usual, when we see an ascending or a descending structure, if I see an ascending structure, I will look for a reversal to a downside. But it is Friday, so not really expecting any sort of ascending or descending structures, maybe on Monday. But here, if we get a reversal, I'll look for a short flag. If we do get another V, something like this, and then a range, I will look for a push up and then a trade. So same thing as this formation, but just reversed to the upside. That is it for the euro and US dollar. Currently it's forming a high probability pattern to go short. So I am looking for short trades, but I'm only trading until 5 p.m. which then after that it's cutoff time, and I'm not taking any trades, I'm just managing positions. So let's see if we will get maybe a flag right here, and if we don't, I'm looking for a flag on Monday, but it really needs to be clean. Let's switch to the euro and the Japanese yen. So this one is not really showing me anything. So we had a V reversal, and then we sort of ascended and broke down, but for me this doesn't look that good, especially since what happened after the impulse, which is very important to look at what happens when the impulse finishes. So we got a large wick and we got an aggressive retrace, and on the Japanese pairs like the euro and the Japanese yen, when we get a large wick and this aggressive 2-candle retrace, I'm not looking for any trades. So for me this is a no trade zone, this type of a pullback, and especially when we get a wick. And at this point I'm waiting for the break of the low or the high. I'm not looking for any sort of trades. What I'm expecting is to see more of a range, because we are getting that aggressive retrace. We usually get either a range or we get a reversal. If we get a nice V reversal, I will look for a range and a push up, look for a trade. If we do get an ascending structure, I will look for a reversal to a downside. Or if we get a descending structure, I will look for the price to reverse to the upside. Another possibility is that we get a large push down, then I will look for maybe a break and retest trade, or look for a large push down and a nice flag to go short. But yeah, currently the price action is not looking that good. As I said, this prior price action was showing us that V and sort of a range and then a push down, but it is not clean. So it is not a clean setup. And then what happened, we got this aggressive retrace, which just made me stay out of anything. So currently waiting for a break of the low or the high. And now for the Aussie and US dollars. So I am still in a short trade right here. And let me take this back. So at this point what I was seeing a nice large push to a downside. And I was seeing if I can maybe get a flag right here. So I was looking for a flag. But what we actually got is we got a small pause. And then we broke to a downside with this really nice candle. So at this point I was seeing a large impulse down, I was seeing a small pause, no momentum shift, I was seeing another push, clean close, so no wick, and this is just a textbook trade to go short. I immediately placed a pending short order at the inside bar, because this just, it can't get better than this. This huge impulse, no momentum shift, another impulse down, clean close, and then a tap and go pullback. So the price just tapped me in with this candle with almost zero drawdown, and then continued to the downside. And with this trade I did manage to pass the second stage of the FTMO, so now I am a fully funded trader, which is awesome. And I will also be making a separate video about that, but currently just wanted to share the forecast and the trade recap. So currently this one is running in some really nice profit. Currently running at, let me see, so around 5.7%, which is really nice. And what I'm looking for at this point, so I am looking for a scale in. I want to sell more of the Aussie and the US dollar. I'm looking for that nice flag, or I'm looking for a pullback and then another push and then a break and a retest straight to the downside. What I will be careful is if I see that we start to descend. If we start to descend, I will look for a reversal to the upside and look for a flag to go long. If I do see an ascending, I will look for a reversal to downside and a flag to go short. If we do get that V reversal, then I will look for that high probability setup where we get the V and the range, and then we continue in the direction of this second V leg. Again, a really high probability setup if it happens. What I'm expecting is that on Monday and Tuesday we will get more of a range, and if that happens, then I will look at those liquidity areas. So let me just mention the liquidity areas briefly. So here the traders going long keep their stops right here, those going short keep their stops in this box. They are trading this range on the lower time frames, but for me, trading on the 1 hour time frame, I need to see what happens in these areas. So does the price just break and retrace, or do we actually get some nice conviction up, then maybe a trade, or some nice conviction to a downside with a large impulse and then get a nice trade. That is it for AU. I'm also going to be closing this trade at around, I think, 9 PM today. So at 9 PM London time, I will close the trade. I will not be holding over the weekend. So yeah, we will see what happens. And let's now move over to the last pair. Here we have the Aussie and the Japanese yen. And I was also in a trade right here, but this one was a 1% loss, unfortunately, because it did shoot to the downside really nice. So let me take this back. The prior price action, I have to say it was messy, so didn't really like the prior price action. We had a descending structure going into an ascending structure, which usually tells to me we are going to be range bound. So I was expecting to get more of a range, but what we actually got is we got a nice large impulse to the downside right here. So we got this really nice large push. And when I see a large push, it can come from any sort of price action. I don't care, as long as the push is really big. There is a clean close, so almost no wick, and there is a nice tight small flag. So at this point I was looking for that small flag like this, which we actually got. So we got a nice flag. As you can see, for me this was not a momentum shift. There was no aggressive retrace on this flag for me personally. And as you can see, we got the first leg, small pullback, and then the second leg. This would be the entry candle. So the entry candle is the first bearish candle after the flag forms, which is this one. And at this point I placed a short market order, and then unfortunately got stopped out just by just 1 or 2 pips. So, but that is what can happen. And then the price shot to the downside. As I said, this was a 1% loss. So the price shot to the downside, and now currently we are getting an aggressive retrace. For me personally, I'm seeing this sort of a V happen. This to me is an aggressive retrace. This is not a momentum shift and not an aggressive retrace, but this one, this is a momentum shift, and I classified this as an aggressive retrace. So what I will be looking for is the break of the low or the high. I'm not looking to take any trades at this point. Maybe we get an ascending. This usually happens, so we get an ascending and then we continue to the upside. But what I will be looking for is if we get more of a range on Monday and Tuesday, which I'm expecting, because what an aggressive retrace signals to me is either a range or a reversal. So I'm looking, if we get a range, I will see how we break out of the range. If we get a descending, then look for a reversal. If we get an ascending, break the high, look for a reversal to a downside. Or if we get a large impulse down, look for a flag. Or a large impulse up, also look for that nice flag. Also, if we get a V, I will look for a range and then another push up and then a nice flag. What I will be seeing, so if we continue down, as you can see, we are heavily trending to a downside. This is a really nice, clean, large trend. Small pullback, no momentum shift in the pullback, continued with a huge leg, got a clean close. So really some good signs that we will continue trending. If we do continue trending, I'm looking for that break and retest trade, of course. Or if we do continue trending, I will look for that nice flag. So yeah, that's about it. The Aussie pairs are looking awesome at this point. For the Aussie and the Japanese yen, waiting for the break of the low, and then I will look to enter on a short trade. And for the Aussie and US dollar, looking for a scale in. So that's it for the forecast, and I will see you guys on Monday. So let's see if we will get some nice opportunities either later today or maybe on Monday. That is it, and I will see you guys in the next one.